I had to choose between an important client meeting and rushing my mom to the emergency room. If you have ever faced moments like this, where your business and caregiving responsibilities collide, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you haven't yet, stick around because these strategies I'm about to share might just save you from a future breakdown. You know, being in my 40s and managing both a business and caregiving responsibilities, I've learned that this journey comes with unique challenges. Some days feel like a constant juggling act, and that's completely normal. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed, trying to schedule business calls around doctor's appointments, or perhaps you are struggling with guilt when you need to focus on work instead of caregiving. I get it. I've been there and I'm still navigating this path every day. But over the years, I've developed some strategies that really have helped me maintain this balance. And today I am going to share them with you. Number one is to create flexible system. Let's talk about the first game changer that transformed how I manage both roles. It's all about building flexibility into everything you do. And what do I mean by this? Well, I started by creating business processes that could bend without breaking. For example, I use several project management tools that let me track everything remotely so I can stay on top of work even from a doctor's waiting room. I've also learned to embrace automation. It's like having extra pair of hands. You know, things like automated email responses, scheduling tools, and social media schedulers have become my best friends. They keep things running smoothly even when I need to step away unexpectedly. And here's something crucial. Always have a plan B. In my case, I've built relationships with reliable freelancers who can step in when needed. And I keep detailed documentation of all my processes so anyone can pick up where I left off. Number two, setting realistic boundaries. Now, this next part was probably the hardest lesson for me to learn, but it's absolutely been transformative. We need to talk about boundaries. I used to think I could do it all, be everything to everyone, but that path leads straight to burnout. I've learned that it's not just okay but necessary to say no sometimes. When a potential client wants to schedule a call during the time I've set aside for my caregiving duties, I now confidently explain my availability constraints. And you know what? Most people are incredibly understanding when you are upfront about your situation. I've also started being very clear about my working hours, though I keep them flexible. I have core hours where I'm most likely available for business, but I make it known that this might shift based on caregiving needs. It's really about setting expectations while maintaining some flexibility. Number three, building your support network. Here is something I wish someone had told me earlier. You don't have to do this alone. In fact, trying to do it all by yourself is a recipe for disaster. I've learned to build what I call my support ecosystem. This means reliable help for both business and caregiving duties. Sometimes it's a virtual assistant who can handle administrative tasks. Other times it's a trusted caregiver who can step in when I have important business commitments. I've also found incredible value in connecting with other entrepreneurs who are caregivers as well. So these connections have been life-saving for me because we share resources, tips, and sometimes just provide a listening ear to each other. Whether it's through online communities or local support groups, finding your tribe is essential. Number four, prioritizing self-care. Now let's talk something that might feel almost impossible when you are juggling so much taking care of yourself. I know you're probably thinking, Rini, where am I supposed to find time for that? But hear me out. Actually, I created a video just for this last week. You might want to check it out in the link above. So again, self-care is not just about spa days or meditation retreats. even though those are nice. It is really about those small moments throughout the day where you check in with yourself. I have learned to build tiny self-care rituals into my daily routine. Maybe it's like a 5-minute breathing exercise between calls, or a quick walk around my block while making a business call. For me, I make sure to schedule regular breaks even if they are short. And most importantly, I've learned to recognize the signs when I'm approaching burnout. And I take them seriously because here's the truth. If we burn out, we can't take care of anyone else, let alone running a business. Just last week, I had to reschedule an important client meeting because of an unexpected caregiving situation. So instead of beating myself up about it, I reminded myself that this is part of my reality and that's okay. And the client was very understanding. I'm very grateful for that client. And we found another time that worked better. So I want you to remember, you are not failing if you can't do everything perfectly. The goal is not perfection, it is finding sustainable balance that works for you and your unique situation. If you're also balancing entrepreneurship and caregiving, I'd love to hear your stories and strategies in the comment section below. I do have a caregiving ebook as well about thriving, caregiving, and also as a business leader. You might want to check out the link in my description below. And yeah, remember, you are doing better than you think you are. So I see you in the next video.